My name is Sarita. Welcome to your morning flow. And it's just in case you hear any of the sounds, I am outside, so any sounds of nature we just get to benefit from this morning. I'm hearing the birds chirping, and hopefully you can hear that as well and find some joy in that. So in our easy seat, let's just bring our focus to our deep breath. Inhaling, filling the belly. And with each exhale, melting into the floor, feeling grounded. Inhale, growing long in the spine, sitting up tall. And just exhaling and melting down into the ground. And we'll make today's theme joy. So finding joy in our movement today, even joy in just our breath. I invite you to turn the corners of your mouth upwards to feel that joy. Let's begin to add a little more movement with each inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Continue that flow with your own breath at your own pace. Beginning to wake the body up gently. Feeling joyful that we woke up this morning and rolled out our mats to practice before we start our day. I invite you to find whatever hand movement feels comfortable for you today. Whether you bring your hands to heart, inhale, pressing the palms up, and exhale, and pulling the palms down. Let's begin to add a twist. With the exhale, we twist from one side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting the other way. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Maintaining the posture. Warming up through the torso, through the belly, and even through the legs as we press into the floor, maintaining that posture, maintaining dynamic strength through the legs. On our next exhale, let's hold the twist. Maybe bringing your front palm down towards your opposite knee. One more breath here. On your next inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting the other way. Again, holding for a few breaths. And on your next inhale, returning to center, and then bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale, grow long through the spine. Exhale, we'll walk our hands forward towards the front of the floor in front of us, maintaining that easy seat. Just a little stretch for the back. Again, grounding down to the hips through your sit bones. Allowing your hips to fall forward. And then very gently walking the hands back up. Let's move into hands and knees. So unwind the legs. Bring your knees right underneath your hips. Bring your palms to the floor, right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips wide. Press and lift through your arms all the way up to the shoulders. Maybe tucking the pelvis gently to flatten out the back. And then growing long through the spine, through the crown of the head forward. We'll reach and extend into our spinal balance. Sending one leg back, opposite arm extends out long. Point the toes down, inhale. Exhale, release it down. Switch sides. Inhale, reach long. Flex through the foot. Spread the fingertips in the energy either direction. And on the exhale, release it down. Let's flow a few more times. Again, draw the belly button in. Maintaining that lift through the body as we press through our points of contact with the floor. Try to maintain stillness in your torso as you reach and extend. Last one. Coming back to hands and knees. And then we'll flow through our cat and our cow. So inhaling, dropping the belly into our cow, lifting the tailbone in front of the head. Exhale, start to tuck the tailbone, rounding the back into our cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arching the back. Continue this flow a few more times at your own perfect pace. Just going to come and check on everyone. Beautiful. If at any moment you start to feel your mind wander and taking your focus away from your practice, come back to that theme, come back to this moment. We're experiencing our joy and our movement today in our Wednesday morning flow. Finishing your last round of cat-cow. Returning to neutral spine. We'll move into our thread the needle. Inhale, releasing one hand to the floor. Reach up to the ceiling, big opener in the chest. Exhale, float the arm underneath the body. Thread it through. Release the shoulder down. Bringing your head towards the floor. Maybe using a block or a pillow to prop your head up. Your top arm can extend out in front of you, or maybe reach around the back for a bind. Pressing into the floor with the tops of your feet. Creating tension with your bottom arm, pressing to the floor as well. Breathing into the back, stretching through the shoulder blades. You can release the bind or bring your hand right back underneath your shoulder. Press your body up and away. Release all the way up into that reach to the ceiling to reset, and then releasing back down to the floor. Remember, we're moving at our own pace here. So moving to the other side, inhale, reach up, open the chest. Exhale, thread the arm underneath the body. Twisting the spine, release the head and shoulder down. And again, extend the top arm or reach around the back for a bind. Slowly begin to bring your hand back underneath you. Test your body up and away from the floor, unwind, reach up to reset, and then float back down to the floor. If you have a block, you can keep it there for the next pose. In this upright position, extend your hands out long. And then release your chest down to the floor for a heart opener. Again, bring your forehead to the floor or block. So hips stay elevated. Pressing your chest gently down toward the floor. Maybe when you're here, you'd like to take a little massage for the forehead. You can twist your head right to left. Very gently start to walk the hands back in, coming back up to that kneeling position. Go ahead and remove your block or prop, and we'll begin to make our way down to our belly. You may need to reposition on your mat. Release the hips down. We're going to set up into Sphinx pose. So bring your forearms down to the floor. Elbows slightly forward of your shoulders. Press your forearms into the floor, press your palms down, and then draw your heart forward, and then pressing the tops of the feet down into the floor as well. Engage in the back side of the body. So strengthen there for the low back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Create some space for your neck by releasing your shoulders down. Hold here for a few more breaths. You can get a little bit more power out of this pose. This last few moments. And then gently release your arms away. Bring your chest all the way down. Go ahead and release your feet from the floor. Bend your knees and windshield wiper the legs side to side. Just a little shake, a little wiggle to release the low back from that active hold. And then float the legs down, bringing your palms of your hands next to your chest, either kneeling or energized core pushing up to full plank position, and then we'll send our hips up into our first downward dog of our practice today. Let's enjoy this pose for a few moments, so feel free to walk the dog or wag your tail. Whatever feels good here. If you're feeling any discomfort in the wrist, I invite you to take the dolphin variation, coming through your forearms and sit in the hip high. Maybe taking a moment to shake your head no, nod your head yes. Take a couple more breaths here. And then wherever you are, I invite you to very slowly, as slow as the sun rises, walk your way up to a forward fold. You can join me in walking your feet up towards the top of your mat. Or if you want to just get there, you can just go ahead and stand in your forward fold. Take your time. And then once you're there, we'll reach for opposite elbows. And stay for a moment in our ragdoll pose. So finding a foot placement that feels comfortable, maybe your feet are along the wide edges of your mat. Maybe your feet are just underneath your hips. Just find whatever placement is comfortable for you today. And then if you're reaching for opposite elbows, go ahead and release the bind. And then slowly begin to stack bone on bone, maybe walking your hands up your legs. Slowly come into mountain, very gently, one vertebrae at a time. And once you're there, let's just stand firmly in our mountain pose. Release your hands out to your side, shine your fingertips down, press into the floor through your feet, all the way up through your leg bones, lifting through the spine all the way to the crown of your head. You can allow your gaze to soften or find a focal point in front of you, or maybe even close your eyes. Very quickly scanning over the body, taking note of any sensations we feel. Even if it's discomfort or dis-ease. Just being aware of anything that our body is communicating with us. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up overhead. Reach and grab one wrist, pull up and over to the side. Keep the shoulders stacked, pressing into the floor with your feet. Again, sending your hip down. Going long through the spine, reaching it over, stretching into the side body. Exhale, coming back to center. Switch your grasp to the other wrist and stretch up and over to the other side. Inhale, coming back to center, releasing the hands down to the side. If you're not already there, step along the edge of your mat. Walk or heel toe the feet out wide. Whatever position feels comfortable for you. We're going to start to shift our weight towards the ball of our feet, sending our hips back, hinging forward, coming into our wide leg forward fold. So for this one, you can either rest your hands on your thighs, slide bend the knees if needed, or maybe even using your block or books, whatever props you have. We'll stay in this pose for quite a few moments, so grab whatever you need for support. You can rest your hands or maybe even forearms on your prop, or maybe even coming all the way to the floor. Remember to take these stretches, these poses slowly. Even when we're flowing in between poses, we're moving with our breath. And being careful not to stretch to our deepest point right away, but slowly easing into our deepest stretch with each inhale, with each exhale. So even now, as we're in this fold, we're gently stretching a little bit deeper every time we exhale, until we find that point that we can comfortably hold a stretch. Maybe a slight discomfort, but not pain. Again, taking whatever bend of the knee, going to make this comfortable, make this pose as comfortable as possible. Then maybe you get to a point where you find you can even move your prop away. Your hands or forearms come all the way to the floor. Great stretch to the back. Also strengthening in the legs. And depending on how straight your legs are, a nice stretch for the back of the legs as well. Just a couple more breaths here. As we make our way out of this pose, you may find you want to bend your knees a little bit more. Maybe bring your hands to your hips. We'll just reverse swan dive back to standing very slowly. So turning on the glutes, activating the back of the leg. Gently pull ourselves upright out of that pose. Then feel free to step, hop, or walk your feet in together. And then standing upright back in our mountain pose. Or maybe you bring your hands to heart. So our feet were grounded there for quite a while. So take any organic movement you like. Maybe take some ankle circles, maybe bending and flexing the knees. Go ahead and do that on both sides. And then coming back to the top of our mat, we'll inhale and slow in our mountain just a couple times to reset. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, float the arms down. And on our next exhale, we'll pull forward and begin to make our way back down to a seat. So coming back to easy seat. Go ahead and make your way back down. Just want to adjust the camera there. We're going to move into feeling our practice this morning. So that we have some time for our chat, or if you need to go make your coffee, or whatever it is. We'll just begin to wrap up here. So go ahead and extend your legs long. Draw your toes back towards your knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Allowing the hands to fall on either side of your legs, maybe on your shins. Maybe walk them down towards your ankles. Again, moving into your stretch with your breath. Inhale, begin to walk your hands slowly back up the legs. And bringing the toes of your feet together. Pressing your feet into each other to activate that stretch. You can either rest your hands on the floor for support, reach for your toes, or walk your hands forward on the floor in front of you. And very gently releasing the bind. Bring your legs back to easy seat. We'll do one more stretch here into the side body, into our head, neck. So taking one hand, placing it just at the base of the skull. Just kind of cupping the head. Take the opposite hand, walk it down along the edge of your mat. And then allowing your body to fall over. Getting into your side body, feel a stretch from the elbow all the way down into your hip. And then allow the base of your skull to just kind of fall back into your hands. Using the weight of your head to deepen the stretch. And then gently walking your fingertips back up. And then we'll switch sides. Fixing the hand right underneath your head. Walking your hand down to the edge of your mat, maybe even a little further. And then remembering dropping the head back into the hands. And then very slowly start to walk your hands back up, coming back to a comfortable seat. And then bring your hands to rest either on your knees or bring your hands to heart, close your eyes. Take a few cleansing breaths. And then bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for flowing with me today, sharing your time on your mat to start your day in this morning flow. We bow our heads and we'll say namaste. And if you have to go at this moment, I wish you a very wonderful Wednesday. If you can stay and chat, I invite you to